Alrighty, so we're about to let the girls out, but first I wanted to kind of, hey babies, show how they've grown. And this is first thing in the morning, so they're ready to get out. Hey baby Goldie. This is Goldie, my red Sussex. And there's a red, Rhode Island red, and then we have Leghorns. There's my blue Orpington, she's huge. And there's Queenie, the Rhode Island red. Here's thing 2, one of my bar dogs. Hello, girl. And there's Opal, one of my 2 little yellow Easter eggers. Oh my goodness, they're poking at me. Little girls. Little girls. So all the Leghorns kind of look the same. Hello, this is thing 1, one of my bar dogs. This is Backland, one of my little yellow Easter eggers. This is Pearl. She's a silverless Wyandotte. There's Shooby-Doo-Wah, one of my Easter eggers, and that one's Gimpy. You can see her little bitty foot right there. Oh my goodness! And then another Leghorn. None of them, they all have names, but I don't have leg bands for them, so I can't tell their names apart. This one's Maple, my gold lace Wyandotte. And there's Bertha, one of my other Easter eggers, and there's Mabel, my other gold lace Wyandotte. So they're huge, hello babies. You can kind of see how big my hands are compared to them, and I'm almost 6 foot tall, so my hands are pretty big. Yeah, see, they're biting at me. Are y'all ready to go out? But I figured I'd show you the girls and show you how big they're getting. This was my baby, and she's already got her little waddles and her crests, and a lot of the other girls are just now getting them. Some of them don't even have them. Shooby doesn't even have any. Hello, pretty babies. And then Gimpy's still pretty skittish. She doesn't like people much. I think it's because whatever broke her foot, I kind of had to handle her a bit more than the others because she had pasty butt a couple times. She came home with pasty butt, and I just didn't know what the heck that was. But yeah, so here are my girls. They're getting bigger. They're over 2 months old. They're getting a little more personable. They've got their little personalities. You can hear Goldie over there. What's up, baby girl? Yeah. She's telling me that it's time to go, and they're doing their little pecking order thing. All right. You can hear the bar dogs talking to me. That deep sound is them. Y'all ready? You want to go out this door today? Go ahead. Go ahead, babies. Opal is hands down always my last one out. She is never the first. She is always the last. Here, let me open your door, baby girl. She's just freaking beautiful. Come on, baby girl. Maybe usually I just let them go this way, but here, hold on. Come on, baby. It's so funny. She's skittish in the morning, and here they go. They're so funny. They run under here, so they'll run under here, and then they get to this point, and then they start jumping at each other and establishing their pecking order for the day. Oh, come on, baby. So then they'll be here and doing their pecking order and just basically getting all chickened up and ready to go, and then they generally shoot off that way and then curve out into my compost pile over there. Oh my goodness, little babies. First thing in the morning when they first get out, they don't want anything to do with humans, really. They want to be free. And okay, so that is exciting, that dirt pile, because there's something missing here. We have, hello, Shooby. And there's Bingo. She's another Easter egger. I don't think she got an introduction. She's probably in the box. So this came from my husband's grandfather, who very recently passed away. But he didn't eat it, so he gave it to me. So in here, I had a bunch of potatoes. And some of them became actually potatoes. They're a little bitty. Hey, Backland, you turds. Go on. And some of them kind of rotted and got gross. Goldie. Some of them kind of rotted and got gross. Still waiting on this. It's very, very hot. I'm thinking of renting like a backhoe or something and just doing it that way because I can't. Oopsie, there they go. They're so funny to watch. I've noticed that the Wyandottes, there they go again. The Wyandottes don't really hang out with the other ones. Like, you'll see them singularly more often. Bluey, the blue Orpington, does whatever she's gonna do. And sometimes people follow her and sometimes they don't. She's off in her little world all the time. She's getting fat, so I need to work on her food. The Leghorns and most of the Easter eggers stay in a group. Maple. Bluey has already eaten several wasps. She chases them down in my yard. Oh my goodness, little baby.
That's good.
It is good. She eats our wasps. She eats basically everything that flies. If there's a moth, if it's a butterfly, she chases it. And it's hilarious to watch her running around the yard. As you can see, here they are in my compost pile. As you can see, here they are in my compost pile. Oh, there they are. So this is Maypole, and that's Maybole, because Maypole is the bigger one. Goldie. Hello, pretty girl. Yep. So remember, this is the baby, and she's, you know, very nearly as big. She's fatter than the barred rock. Gimpy's still a little bitty. They're kind of hanging around one of my son's feet. And yeah, they generally dig in here for a while, and then it gets to about 100 degrees, but before noon, and then they're, as you can hear, one of the barred rocks just got picked up. Be very gentle with her. Hello, sweet girl. Remember, in the morning they don't really like to be picked up, so you should put her down soon. Just gently let her down. But yeah. One of my little trees got singed. Poor thing. It's not doing real hot. Like, it's not dead yet, but it's close. The three over there are doing, ooh, there's a bunny. You can kind of see it right here. Let's see if it'll let me get closer. We have a lot of wild things in my yard. Whoop, there it goes. We had one in here by the tree and it didn't move a muscle. We bent down and kind of sat there with it and I was like, ugh. Oh, you're not going to eat me? Okay, whatever. Yep, so this tree is doing great. Hello, Goldie girl. But as you can see, these turds eat my trees. Shoo. Come on, girl, you know better. You know better. Come on. You know better, shoo. No. Quit you. Bonk. Stop it. Look. Come here, girl. She's such a dirt. And then this one got eaten up in a few spots. There you go. Go play and do something else. And they eat the heck. These are my okras. Chickens eat your okra. Like, the leaves, I thought it was bunnies because we have a bunch of bunnies. No, it's the chickens. This whole area is not doing very well because chickens. Brown little brats. And then it's morning for the ducks. This is where they stay during the day because it's hot during the day. I let that get some direct sunlight for a bit first. Every night or twice a day, I guess. I fill it up and then it gets gross and then I go change it. And then it gets gross again and then I dump it, Hi, Shuby. What? Since it's so stinking hot. Oh, there's a dragonfly. And, yep, you can tell. At night, or during the day, we have these little water feeders. They're not, I'd start filling them at about 10-ish, depending on how hot it gets. But anyway, I start filling them up, and that's what they drink. Because underneath the house, this has space. Behind this, as you can see, it meets up with the house. And it's sealed for the most part. They can't really get under there. but some of the cool air comes out because, you know, this is an older house. Nothing's properly sealed. But anyway, they go under there during the day and they spend the hottest part of the day there. And so I bring them water. Here we go. Hello, sweet little things. Oh my goodness. So here's our 4 ducklings. They don't have names yet, but if we have a boy, it's going to be Howard the Duck. They stay the night out here with this screen. And I know that like chicken wire isn't actually very, you know, hardy. But, you know, it's on the back porch. We only have a few predators. Like we don't have mountain lions in this particular spot. And we don't really have coyotes. We have foxes. And they don't come in our yard because we have children that keep them away. And they know that. We have bunnies, which don't come up here and don't eat ducks. And we have raccoons, giant raccoons, but they haven't come up here yet, which is neat. So, these are my little duck babies. When it starts getting warm, they'll come back into my office as I showed y'all before. And it's funny to watch the ducks because right now it's wet. But anyway, they'll get a mouthful of food, like a little dainty little bite, and they'll come to the water and shake their mouths in the water, and then they eat it. And it's just super funny to watch because it's like, I don't know what it is, but they're just adorable. When they sleep, they keep one eye open, so I'm assuming that means that they're just like chickens, where only half of their brain, like, you know, they can control half of their brain. Oh my goodness. They control half of their brain, and it's like, okay, well, this half is awake to watch for predators. I had to move my lime tree because the chickens, as you could tell, got a hold of it too. It's finally starting to get some baby sprouts again because they pretty well demolished it. You can't see, but this is a giant orb weaver spider right here, so ew. And then we have these are cornflowers, I believe. I had cornflowers and cosmos. Actually, maybe these are the cosmos. Just for bees, you know, things that bees like, because might as well. Bees and wasps are both pollinators. There's a lot of pollinators, but bees and wasps are both pollinators. So, you know, if they stay away from the house, they're totally fine. Oh, here we go. Here's some web. Ew. Just boop. Constantly, like this area here, constantly walking into spider webs, which is gross. So I think that's pretty much it for an update right now. We're going to be, like I said, I got to dig that hole, but it's been absolutely brutal. Been dealing with some grief because, I mean, the reality of life is that death comes. That's just the natural order of the cycle. And we've had a lot of loved ones die, and I'm having to watch my first grandparent pass away, which is, cancer's not a pretty way to go, and it's like having, you know, every day is like having to watch them when they get bad. It's like having to watch them die over and over again, a little bit more each time. Maybe I'm just being dramatic, but that's just how I've always seen it, which is really disappointing. So we've been distracted, but we're gonna get this cleaned off, probably paint this, because this is another one of the favorite chicken haunts. I think while they're little, they'll be able to do this. They hide under here. Now, if you recall, in this area, I did a lot of cleaning up nails, rusty everythings to give you tetanus, nasty, dirty, like cloth clogs. You know, chickens actually help in kicking all of that up. So, like, you wouldn't know that I've done this 50 times because, you know, first thing I find, here's a rusty nail. But they do. Like, I kind of put it in a pile as I find it and then come and collect it with a bucket. Because, you know, there's still a bunch. And then you can't tell that where our tree snapped off. But that entire growth is it. We've recently had several snakes. And, man, those things climb a tree faster than you would ever think. Because it climbed to that tree. There's a cardinal on our... Yay, little cardinal blade. Anyway, they climbed up this tree faster than I've seen a monkey climb a tree. And I was like, oh, good Lord, no. That thing is absolutely nope, devil worm. And it was just sitting in the tree, you know, because it was by the chickens, so we had to get it out, etc., etc. Just, you know, it wasn't venomous. It's I think it was a yellow belly racer, but you know, the chickens are still fairly small, and they are carnivorous creatures. The snakes are. So I just didn't want to deal with that. I was like, I don't want to lose a chicken to a snake. Not a real big fan of that idea. We haven't seen any rattlesnakes yet. Knock on wood. But yeah, also find random little bones here, which is kind of gross. And our back neighbors, every time there's an event, they throw a party, and every time they throw a party, mysteriously there's a bunch of junk in my yard. So, you know, that's fun. Constantly having things to clean up. I haven't done any more videos on that just because, you know, it's kind of boring to watch me sit and scan the ground and find, you know, like, let's see, do I see something? Yeah, there's like a little bit of plastic here. And then there's like that weird cloth crap right here that just kind of clogs up, which is gross. And you saw me find a bone and a nail. But it's boring to just sit here and watch me do that. Like, some of them look kind of like these twigs, but they're rusty, and they're, yeah, here's another one. But they're rusty and like super skinny and like super old, I guess. Here's a screw. Just hanging out, digging in my yard. But yeah, chickens help with that, because I didn't even realize this was a bad spot. I knew this was a bad spot. And then at the house, between, you know, at the corner where that meets with the AC, the chickens will take their dust baths there, because, by the way, chickens don't like water as much. They do dust baths. And their favorite dust bath spot is right there. And this whole area used to be covered, in a whole butt ton of moss. But now I've pulled out, I don't know how many, you know, giant handfuls of glass here. Oh, look, a glove. Gross. Okay. But yeah, so anyway, this is their favorite spot for that. And they've rustled up all of the dirt and all of the moss that used to be there. See? When I'm out, they're courageous. They'll go to the middle of the yard and chase stuff. But anyway, they rustle stuff up. So even though I've only done this once, like done it myself once, you know, tilled up the land like I said I would, and continued to tall people problems on a weird tangent, you know, walking under the trees and smacking my head on branches. You have to like jerk up the trees a little bit more so you don't get smacked in the face. But anyway, you know, they dig up all that stuff for you, so you can just walk around, you know, every couple times a week, maybe, you know, a day, every day, go collect all the crap. Like here they found, I don't even know what all this is. Plastic, toys, more plastic. But they do that. They just constantly are like scratching at the ground. And I know that some people, like, they're terrible for your garden because they scratch up your garden and eat your stinking leaves. But anyway, it's been nice for me personally because, you know, obviously I need, oh, little tiny baby grasshopper right there. Yep. Anyway, bunch of wild critters on here. Lots of bugs. And Bluey will eat them all. But yeah, so chickens are really neat. They're really helpful in some ways. They're kind of a pain in the ass in others. But I mean, everything has pros and cons, and you just kind of, you know, I have 19 girls. I also now have 4 ducks, which I don't know anything about ducks aside from they are awfully cute. God, Opal's so beautiful. My 2 little itty bitty Easter eggers, the one I thought was a male was Backland over there. And then that was the one that looked kind of like in the little yellow ones with eyeliner. God, they were so pretty. And now they're still really, really pretty. And I guess I looked back at, because I finally started, you know, posting some of my videos that I'd been hoarding on accident on my phone. But anyway, the Barderocks are actually some of my favorites. Like, now that they're adults and now that you can see their personalities and now that they're not just like, all the time, the Barderocks are pretty freaking sweet. Both of them come up to me. You can hear their adorable, like, deep voices. They're sweet. They let my boys pick them up. They're good girls. Hello. So you can hear her say hi back. There's Bertha, my monster, eating my flowers. And then Goldie, you know, she's over there right now. She's the sweetest thing ever. Like, it's just so funny to me that when I first got chickens, I was like, ew, red Sussex and ew, you know, Bardocks. And now I'm like, no, you know, I like the Leghorns looks, but I don't know that I'm getting any more because they're mine particularly, are kind of flighty. You know, they're not very personable. They're beautiful. You watch them from a distance. Hello, Bertha. Hello, pretty girl. But you watch them kind of from a distance. I don't think I'm getting any more Rhode Island Reds unless they're just like they drop eggs out the wazoo and beat the Bardocks. Because, like I said, I like the Bardocks. They're very sweet now that they're adults. So in terms of breeds that up to this point, you know, they're only like 2.5 months old. So take that as you will. I don't think I like the Leghorns in terms of having a bunch of them. They're very skittish. Mine are. Some of the Easter eggers, actually all of them, except for Backland, who had the injury, and Opal, where'd she go? Anyway, all but those two are really fairly skittish. Like, Bertha's beautiful. She looks kind of like a hawk. And it's funny to me that she's an Easter egger, and that's Gimpy, that one. And of course that one looks just like Bertha. And then, let's see. Oh my goodness, yeah. And then Shuby and Bingo look kind of the same. She's back there rustling up dirt. You'll see that she's kind of the same, but she has that, like, the same head as, for instance, there they go, as Backland. So Backland's also, sorry, the sun is making this weird. Backland is also an Easter egger who has like a, you know, silver lace Wyandotte look. Because here's the silver lace, and their heads kind of look the same to me in terms of like their neck. But anyway, Easter eggers are fairly skittish. You know, the two that are better handled. Opal grudgingly is better handled. And then Backland, you know, he'll come up to you, or she'll come, whatever it is. I don't know when you can start telling what they are. I'm ignorant, so, you know, I don't know when I'll be able to tell. But anyway. So maybe no Easter eggers. I don't know. They're awfully funny though. Definitely no more Leghorns. They're sweet. They're pretty. But not very sociable even when I've tried gently. So I like the Bardocks. I like the Golden Sussex or Red Sussex. I'm going to forever get that wrong. There's Bingo. Do like my Wyandottes. They're hilarious. My blue, like I have 3 favorites. For looks, it's Opal, the white one. For temperament, it's Goldie, my Red Sussex. And then Bluey is another favorite because she is just so funny to watch. She is so sweet. She's beautiful. And then, you know, my Bardocks are an honorable mention. Shh. Shh. That's, yeah, this is the potato root. But yeah, so I guess that's my overall update, which isn't really an update. It's more of a, hey, look at the things that I have already that are changing a little bit. See, look, there's Mabel again. Wait, hold on. Yeah, that one's Mabel. Hello, pretty girl. She found it, or she was looking at a fly for a second there. You gonna hang out here by yourself? Hello. Yeah, she'll eventually, like, she realizes eventually, go get them. Go on. She can't see where they are. She has no idea that everybody's left her. That's so funny. Yeah, and on a note for these, so we've had, keep in mind that we've had terrible windstorms, very unseasonable. I think it's maybe because, like, you know, the weather phenom, El Nino and El Nina are switching, so we might be running into an El Nino year, but, like, this ripped off entirely right there, all the way up. This one ripped off, like this that connects it to here. The one that connects back here ripped off. Like this side's okay-ish, but something got a hole in it, and I don't totally know what that is. And then over here, much the same thing, where it's pulling apart at the seam here. And then you can see that this has been just yanked off. And then it doesn't really close very easily. This one's less destroyed than the other one, but still not doing real hot. And I'm not sure, like I said, seeds for seedlings, great choice. I'd really rather start digging out. And if I have to rent a backhoe to do this, I'm just going to do 2. Hey, girls. And here's the crew. You know, if you come out here, when I come out here first thing in the morning, I'll generally release them. They've eaten my lavender bushes, so I just put them up there now. But I generally release them. And then I'll sit over here or something and just watch them run around for a minute, and then they'll come to me. Sometimes Bluey, at time for bed, you know, they'll walk up the stairs to my porch, and then they'll look in my kitchen window, and they'll just sit there. Like, they've never pecked at it yet. They haven't done that yet. Opal. She has like a green Labrador essence to her tail that is gorgeous. I know, pretty girl. So there's, let's see, May Bull is this one. She's the bigger of the 2. My goodness. These 2 are a little bit younger than the others. There's Bluey. That was Bluey. They're a little bit younger than the other ones. Here they go. There's them together. Hello, pretty babies. My big girls they'll come over and, you know, peck at my Crocs. But yeah, they'll come out and meet you first thing in the morning, and if you sit with them, they'll sit there and just wander around you and do their own little chicken thing. Hey, Opal. Do their own chicken thing. They do their pecking order, so they'll jump up at each other and peck at you. Oop, they found a moth. Oop, there they go. And it got away. Here comes Goldie. But yeah, they hang out. They'll bring a lot of joy to your heart, like watching things grow, watching things live. The ducks just bring me constant joy. They are freaking hilarious. I'm heavily considering getting a goose just because I like birds, I guess. Oh my goodness, hello. These little babies are sort of skittish. This is the 2nd day they've been here. Little butt wiggles. Their wings are so itty bitty. Yep, and there's a poop. So all of their poop is liquidy, which is why their area, I guess, grows faster. But also on the positive side, they don't smell like chickens do. Like, they don't kind of stink. Yeah, see, there's Bluey off way over there by herself where we found one of the snakes. And they told us, like, I was outside and they told us, their squawks are very different. Like, you start to understand, I don't want to say chicken language well, because I don't, but you start to understand chicken language a little bit. They eat the grass. But yeah, it came out from under here, and there's their coop. So it came out from under here, and it was coming this way. And they told me it was out here, because they gave this almighty, like, one of them gave this weird squawk, and then all of the rest of them came, ironically, to it. And we're looking at it and watching it and kind of getting away from it while also wanting to see what it was doing. So, I mean, the thing was probably 4 feet long. And it came out here and I was just like, nope. And went and got our machete, which is up there. Hello. Hello.
We found a cicada like we used to find.
Nice.
On a weed.
Yeah, be careful of snakes then, because copperheads like those. Fun fact about Texas. You know, Junebug season, cicada season is also the height of copperhead season because they really like those things. But yeah, so I mean, they've alerted us when a snake has come by. They're all okay. Obviously, we've got 19 of 19 still. They have full run of the yard. You know, I considered doing an aviary. Decided not to because I don't know. You should just let things be things. And we don't really have a lot of natural predators. You know, we've got a couple not hawks, not quite that. Yeah, no, they are. Because we got red-tailed hawks and a couple other hawk types. Like there's one that lives over there somewhere. Hasn't tried to eat a chicken yet. Maybe it's just waiting for them to get big and fat. You know, already knocking my dirt around. But, you know, and we have buzzards. You know, buzzards will eat anything dead. But also, you know, they can hunt. They do hunt. They haven't tried to take after any of the chickens. Snakes haven't gotten them yet. So, overall, everybody's doing well. Everybody's happy. It's been a wonderful day on God's green earth. It's been a wonderful time. You know, there's a lot of crazy... Oop, one of your feathers is going crazy, girl. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on, but on this little slice of the world, things are... Shh. on this little slice of the world, things are looking pretty good for now, you know. But yeah, so there's my update. There's a bunch of stuff like, look at all the things. Look at the things doing things. Hi, Bingo. Yep, she's skittish.